Okay, so clearly we do need to be supplementing, but how on earth do we pick what it is that we're going to be using? And I mentioned right at the beginning, and obviously you'll be aware now because of the choice that you've made, that USANA Health Sciences produce the best available. Now that's a big claim to make. How is it that I'd say that? Well, not only are they pharmaceutically graded, so they're made to that standard, which is the highest standard that anything can be made to that we would be consuming. And there are various other grades around that you'll see, FDA, etc. Pharmaceutical grade is an extremely valuable point to use as a point of reference, and the fact that it has been independently rated. So just to explain a little bit more about that, there's something called the Comparative Guide to Nutritional Supplements. It was put together originally quite a few years ago now by Lyle McWilliam, and it's regularly updated. And as you can see, it's actually the one that you can see on the page is for the United States and Canada. I know for those of you in the UK and perhaps France who are using that same edition. For us here in New Zealand and also in Australia, we've actually got an Australian-New Zealand version. But this is a fascinating read. I do recommend it. It's neat, it's short, and it gets to the point, and it's brilliant to help us understand a little bit more in depth around what I have mentioned briefly. A very sort of brief version of antioxidants and free radicals for you, just to sort of put you in the picture. But it's really worth a read to find out more about the story of what's actually going on in our bodies. And it helps to underline the real value of being able to not only take a supplement, but make sure that we're really super informed when it comes to what's actually out there. And I was shocked when I had a look at this, independent study. So let's look at what happens when we actually break this down. And like I say, these are some results based on products that we find here in New Zealand that are available, some of them also being available in Australia, and in fact all over the world. But we're going to be, as you can see, we're in New Zealand dollars here, $68 for USANA. Now, whilst as you can see, it is market share of 9.3% at the moment compared with, say, Company H, HealthRes here in New Zealand at 13.8%. That's obviously we're number 2, which is doing particularly well. But look at the star rating on the top right-hand side. You can see that actually the USANA products have been given the product excellence position by NutriSearch, last company that, like I say, independently do this study. So how much bang are you getting for your buck here? At $68, you get a 5-star product, which is 97.8% score in the study. So if you look at, say, Company C at the bottom there, at 3.9%, it may be only $15 a month. But how much do you need? It's a 1.5-star rating, 3.9%. How many of those would you need? How many times does 3.9 go into 97.8? Then you need to multiply $15 upwards to actually be able to get what it would cost you to get anywhere close to what you're getting with USANA. So bang for buck, USANA hands down is the best that you can possibly get. So that's fine when it comes to, we know that USANA is good, we know that that's an excellent product to be taking. What is it that we need to be taking personally ourselves? So yeah, we know, we talked just then around the essentials, which is the mainstay product that will give us the right antioxidants, so the protection, and also the multi-minerals, so the nutrients that our bodies need, so that they can not only fight the degenerative disease and the damage with the antioxidants, but also have the goodies there and the nutrients there to be able to build healthy tissues every day, every minute of every day. And when it comes to the specifics for what our body needs, this is a brilliant tool. I highly recommend it. It's called the True Health Assessment. And this is your tool. This is your way of having an inside view to what it is that your body needs. Highly recommend it. And if you've already done it, then do it again. And also, it's a super useful tool to start sharing with people who are in your team, your customers, and people who are kind of looking over your shoulder and maybe having a little nosy at the USANA products for themselves. Absolutely vital tool, super useful, and one worth revising for yourself again and again. All right, so far, as you will have seen, we've gone through the 5 steps. So we've looked at the problem, the challenge that each of us face, which is degenerative disease. We've looked at the cause of that, oxidation. or those, and which create those free radicals. Then we've looked at what we actually need to be doing, the bottom line of what we need to be doing to help reverse that, to help counteract and combat it, which is providing antioxidants and the right ones. And then doing that in a way which is by supplementation, because we simply can't get it from our food, not only in terms of how it's produced, but what's left in it by the time it actually gets onto our plates. And then, which is the best way to supplement, which we now know is with USANA, and why that's so.